So here I am with my Hunter 170 again after that first ride and try out with the trolling motor. I'm checking now the trailer, the boat has been sitting on the parking spot for a few weeks now, a couple weeks I think. So everything seems to be all right when it comes to this mount repairs and the rudder. That's all super sturdy, nothing going on. Here where I use this putty, I used the Total Boat fairing compound, so it attracts a lot of dirt. So I'll see what I'm gonna do about it. I think I need to smooth it out, but it's never gonna be like plastic, so that's okay. Here these pieces, the glue let go, but the glue that was holding these three pieces together, but it's all right. I don't need them really to. It's okay. They're pinched with these 4 bolts, and when you put the mounting bracket here for the trolling motor, it's all sturdy. It doesn't go anywhere. Everything's been pretty solid, so I'm happy about it. So one of my repairs on the holes, some of them are being okay, but some of them reappeared. And the good news are, here I scratched them. I scratched the paint off so I can expose them again. But the good thing is that the glue is holding, so structurally they're okay, but the paint is peeling. So on some of them, like, you can't even tell, like right here for example, this has been fixed the same way, and here, and it's all good, but I've been putting a slightly layer of glue on top of it, just kind of brushing with a brush and then paint over. So it's been pretty cool. This they didn't even move. You see there, it's all good like it is, like it was. But some of them are peeling, like here you can tell clearly that the paint is peeling. So I'm gonna clean all this up and fill it with glue again and make it smooth, and should hold. There's several of those, they're reappearing, so we'll see. Another thing that I'm working on is this on the how you call it, trailer. This roller was all busted, so it was barely supporting the boat, and it has a little damage here on the bottom that I'm gonna have to fix. So I'll record another video for that. But this is the holder for it, and I'm having trouble with removing these bolt covers. It's so hard, they're rusty and I can't even remove. And as far as I know, it should be just pop out, and then I can replace this, put the new roller that I have. So I have to do that because otherwise the boat will lean on these edges and it will damage the boat. So I gotta fix them. I'm using these nice stands to pick the boat up. I would like if I have 2 more of this, so then I can take the whole boat out of the trailer, but they're very expensive. I paid about $130 for one, so it's gonna be this for now. But I'll let you know how it goes. I'll work on these fixes, and talk to you later. Bye. All right, guys. Okay, so I replaced the roller. See, I used the 6-inch length and half an inch bolt here that it's flat in the middle, so that gives the roller to roll. I have washers on each side, and that worked pretty well. I reattached the holder, so that should be good. And now on to the new task, to clean up the mast. So I want to pressure wash this groove to make sure that I can slide my new sails. You see I have a lot of junk there. This mast has been sitting somewhere for a long time. The rigging is okay so far, but I'm gonna reattach these wires and run the pressure washer inside, clean everything up, maybe clean the boat a little bit from inside. And I'm doing this because I want to try to stand up the mast and and put on my my new sails that I got from Precision Sails and try to see how if they fit and how everything looks, and maybe I even try to sail tomorrow. So here's my pressure washer hooked up, ready to go, and I'll try to record time-lapse video here for as I'm going. So clean this up. There's still some dirt here on the top, so I'm gonna go over that. Otherwise it seems to be cleaned pretty well. I used only water, no soap or anything to not attract any dirt, but looks good. The boat is supposed to be wet, right? So all good there. Okay, I'll clean this up one more time and then we'll see. We might try to touch the mast. It's slightly bended though, I don't know if you can tell, but they're in the corner, slightly bended, and I've been told that shouldn't affect too much of the sailing, but we'll see. Last time when I put it up, when I was doing the measurements for the sails, it seems to stay straight once it's like tied, but we'll see. So alright, I'm cleaning this up and record later. So as I was attaching the mast to test out the sails, and I put all the tension in the rigging, the front stay, the metal attachment to the boat, how you call it, the whatever that metal part is called, popped out of the plastic. So I really don't understand, and I don't know how this hunter boat is supposed to hold this, you know, like cleats and all that stuff without the backing plates, because all this boat has is a plastic top on for the hull, very thin, the foam, and then fiberglass underneath the foam. So there is nothing for that screw to hold on. So maybe the wood inside of this is rotten, but I didn't see any wood, it was all foam. So what I've done here, I pulled that out and I kind of layered first. Initially I was thinking to layer carbon fiber to mimic what I've done in the motor mount, but then still inside of those holes there was nothing to hold, so the screws. So I decided to just put all that carbon fiber inside of the holes, fill those holes up with epoxy. The carbon fiber was kind of holding the epoxy on the bottom of those holes so they don't just fall in the inside of the hole because it's hollow. And I let that dry overnight. So also on the top, actually, before I let it dry, on the very top, I put those metal screw inserts that you would use like on furniture and things in the wood furniture. So I put that inside of the epoxy while it was still fresh. Then I covered these 3 inches bolts in that not electrical tape, but plumber's tape, so the epoxy doesn't stick to the bolt. And then I put the bolts in the holes, so the holes and epoxy were kind of dried and shaped inside. That was my idea, though. Then the next day I tried to unscrew the bolts, and I was able to unscrew them easily. Then I reattached the metal part, the forestay, or how you call it, the front stay, something like that. So my vocabulary is pretty bad, but anyhow, I attached that. I tested, with my hands moving around, nothing was moving. And really later you will see we did test this in 15 knots of wind, and it didn't move at all. So this fix works. I'm confident in that now. I don't know for how long it's gonna work, but it did work. So that was very disappointing. So this tells me that I need to redo also the jib cleats as well, because one of them actually at the end of our sailing day, tested sail day, actually one of them also popped out in the middle of those sailing in 15 knots of wind. So those are definitely not safe and not strong enough. So I have to do this carbon fiber epoxy work in all the holes and put bigger screws or bolts and go from there, and hopefully I don't need to eventually cut the holes to put back in plates and things like that. So hopefully this works. One great thing I wanted to mention also is that I used Stick in the Mud is the user on Hunter forums, and you can see his videos on YouTube that he posts about Hunter 170 mods and things, and he really gave me great advice about these attachments for the rigging on the sides that you can kind of squeeze in, and that helps a lot when you are putting the mast up by yourself. So I love those. They're not cheap, but they're very nice. So that's pretty cool. The last thing that I tried before I went to test sail, but I couldn't because I didn't finish it, is what Sam Holmes Sailing is doing on his video. In one of his videos, I used insulation foam to shape kind of the hobby, imitation of a hobby mast float. I've heard that these Hunter boats can flip easily, and they can actually, which is worse, turtle easily. So I wanted to prevent that by having some flotation device on top of the mast, but I also didn't want to spend $200+ for that. So I kind of did what Sam Holmes did, and I haven't finished it yet, but I will post again video when I have it up on the mast. But here are the images how I started shaping it. I got it to pretty smooth shape that I like, and now I'm gonna fiberglass it with one thin layer of fiberglass, and I'll do some sort of a solution to stick it on the top of the mast, so that will be my flotation device.